Obiora, and I'm here to testify to the glory of God for what God has done for me. In 2024, precisely around July, I started developing back pains, and this back pain was so severe that I had to go do an x-ray, and the x-ray just showed that I had a mild lumbar spondylosis. And after then, I was prescribed a very strong painkiller. Prior to that, I had a lump in my breast, and each time I go for ultrasound, they tell me there is nothing. But this time around, I noticed that the lump and the back pain I have were on the same spot. So I still went again to see the doctor. And this time around, the doctor asked me to do a mammogram. And I was supposed to do a mammogram. Everywhere I called, they were telling me that I was not up to 40. So there's no how they could do a mammogram for me. And by this time, the pain had become so worse that I can't even stand up from the bed. When I go to classes, I can't stand up. When I'm walking on the road, I can't walk long distance. I have to stand. People will be looking at me like, what's wrong with this person? And this thing continued, the pain continued that I couldn't walk. When I want to cook, I have to wear face mask because when I sneeze, it's like something is holding me on my back. So I finally got a place to do my mammogram, and lo and behold, they said that the lump there was malignant. So I had to go in for a biopsy. When I went in for a biopsy, the biopsy came out as invasive ductal carcinoma that has metastasized to my bones. It was at my T12 and it was at my sacrum area as well. And that was why I couldn't walk. And my life was shattered at that moment because I was like, God, why would these things be happening to me? So many things were coming into my head. And I told God that, God, I'm a nursing student. How do you want me to walk with my back pain like this? How will I bend down to attend to a patient? I can't even have my bath myself. I had to put a bowl on a table so that I'll be able to scoop the water because my back was hurting so much. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. Whenever I want to wee in the night, I have to put a small pole beside me because I can't stand up from the bed. Everything was just giving me concerns. I was asking the nurse that this back pain, if I start my chemotherapy, will it go? She said, unfortunately, there's no cure for metastatic bone cancer. I Googled and I checked. Google told me that there's actually no cure, that you just have to be taking painkiller for the rest of your life. And I was like, how will I be taking painkiller for the rest of my life? I was just so depressed. So on April, I was just sitting on the bed. I was telling myself that, are you sure that you will not go and connect back to NSPPD? Because I used to join once in a while. And that day, I was just on NSPPD, and the next thing I heard was metastatic breast cancer be reversed.
Metastatic breast cancer. Oh, you know, so let it be reversed.
And I jumped up and I was like, this is me they're talking about. 3 days after, when I woke up, I could stand up. Before I stand up from the bed, I have to think about the position and everything. And I was able to stand up. I was still saying, something is happening. I went to the bedroom, I could bend down, I could do everything I used to do. So I went for another CT scan to check. And lo and behold, when I went for the CT scan, there was nothing in my back anymore. They couldn't even, the CT scan was not even showing that I had anything on my back anymore. There was no cancer on the breast anymore. And also the one that metastasized to my bones, there was nothing there anymore. I was cancer free. I know some people might think that this is not a big deal, but for me, it's a big deal because I couldn't do anything for myself. A young girl like me, I couldn't do anything for myself. And I was one of those people that used to say, Pastor Jerry, these people that are testifying, you should say it's real. Omo, it is real. This one I they call it, they pray, they show, because my own show for me. And I'm here to testify to the glory of God that because God was faithful to me. What I couldn't do before, I can't even bend down to pick something now. I